Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Today I'm bringing you with me to come get a pedicure. So last year back in December when we came to town, I got myself a pedicure and it took me until now to actually edit and upload this video. So let's watch this video together and let me talk you through the process. I went to this place called Placecol, which is the exact same place I went to get my eyebrows waxed for my graduation. And overall, I tend to enjoy their services. All their workers are very polite, very friendly, and I enjoy all the extra efforts that they do put in. So I knew I was planning on getting a pedicure for a while before I actually got it. I actually planned on getting it sooner, but then plans ended up changing. So I definitely didn't keep my nails up to standard. Which sounds extremely bad, but I just didn't reapply my nail polish knowing I was going to get a pedicure soon. But if you stick around until the end, I do show before and after if you want to see exactly what condition I started in. But I was also pretty dry because I typically have dry skin, I'm always pretty dry, and a pedicure really helps moisturize everything, so I was looking forward to this experience. My technician had no problem with me filming, she was very nice about it and I was very happy about that. And I had my brother sitting next to me helping me work the camera and just keeping me company throughout the process. So the first thing that happened is the lady ran a hot foot bath while I got comfortable on my seat. And then when we were ready to get started, she pulled me closer and I got to put my feet in the water. She did put some kind of fragrant thing in the water. That's where you can see the flower petals and things floating in the water. And then I got to soak in that for about 10 minutes before she actually started working on me. She took my feet out of the water one by one and then dried the area where she was going to be working, namely my toes. And she first pushed back my cuticles to make sure my nail bed is clean. I didn't have any toenail polish on at this point, otherwise I assumed she would have started by taking that off. But after pushing back my cuticles, she then went in with a normal nail clipper and then shortened my nails. I did have the opportunity to tell her how I like my nails cut. For my pedicures, I prefer having my toenails having a straight line. I think that looks really neat and really nice, specifically if I get French tips done. And I also mentioned that I don't want my big toenail too short just to avoid discomfort. Each time she was done with the foot, she did put it back into the water so my feet can stay nice and warm and nice and hydrated. But after she cut my nails short, she went in with some nail files just to smooth out the rough edges created by the nail file. And she also went in and filed on top of the nail bed to get rid of any ridges and to make it smooth all around. She also used this time to pay attention to detail and to go in and perfect everything. Now I know it's recommended that you go for pedicures relatively frequently, something about every 6 to 8 weeks if I remember correctly, but that is definitely not how I do things because number one, pedicures are expensive, and number two, pedicures take a lot of time. So typically I do end up doing my own nails at home. I file my own nails, I shape my own nails, and I paint my own nails, which is something I do enjoy doing, especially getting to try out different colors. But because I do use normal nail polish on myself, it only lasts so long, but it typically grows out before it actually starts chipping off, which is the point where I would then take it off myself and redo it. While I did mention that I like doing different colors from time to time, I typically prefer more nude things on my toes. The reason being, if I wear open shoes with something of one color, I don't want it to clash with the color of my nail polish. You can also apply the same logic to your fingernails and only wear nude or natural colors. However, I find that people are a lot more forgiving of your fingernails being funky colors than your toenails being funky colors. So my approach usually is if I have funky colors on my feet, I have to have the same color on my hands so that even if it doesn't match my outfit, my nails do match each other. But tell me what logic you have behind the colors you choose for your toenails, if you want them to match, if you don't care if they match, if you prefer nail art, or how you go about choosing what you want to do there. Usually because a pedicure lasts so long, I like doing things that I can leave for a while, and that's why I prefer nude colors. Anyways, after having paid attention to my toenails, the technician moved on to paying attention to the rest of my feet. So first thing she did was start filing down my heels just to get rid of any dead or rough skin in this area. Typically have a buildup of thicker skin around the edge of your heel and on the outer edge at the front of your foot. I believe these are the typical areas people get thicker skin, as well as bunions and other problems like that. So she targeted those areas first to file them down most, and then she lightly went over the rest of the sole of my foot, trying to get that to be soft and smooth as well. The reason you soak your feet before doing that is it softens your skin so it files off a lot easier. It also prevents dust from flying around and makes the whole process nicer. I would like to mention that all the tools used were reusable, they were not disposable, but she made a point of showing me how she sanitized each product so that I know that everything was clean before she used it on me. Next, she went in with what seemed to be a salt scrub. She scooped up some salt in her hand and then she added some lotion to it, rubbed it together in her hand, and then started massaging me with that. She started on my feet but then worked her ways all the way up my shins and really went to town. She massaged the area until all the lotion had pulled in and the salt had done all the exfoliation it was meant to do. After that, she put my foot back into the water and made sure to thoroughly rinse everything so I didn't have any salt left on me. Now this part shouldn't be very painful. If anything, it should hurt in a good way if you've been stiff or on your feet a lot recently. So you are welcome to tell your technician if something is uncomfortable and they will happily adjust accordingly. And this goes for massaging pressure, water temperature, and anything else they do on you. The point is that you are comfortable and you are welcome to express when you are not. After I was rinsed off, she took my foot out of the water and dried everything off with a towel, paying attention to dry off between my toes as well, which made it feel like she was doing a really thorough job. She also drained the water at this point because I was finally done soaking for today. You'll see at some point she points at the top of my right foot, and that is because there's a scratch there. Right as I left the house to go for this pedicure, the big dog we were looking after, Ragnar, he's a big boodle, he stepped on me and gave me a nice red scratch on top of my foot. And I thought it would be a bit embarrassing explaining haha yeah I got an injury on my way over, but she was just curious and it was then no big deal. After the light massage I got earlier, here is when she went in and really got those leg muscles. She applied more cream to her hands and then gave me a good massage on my legs and feet, this time applying more pressure to my legs and really getting into my calf muscles. At this point I was very glad that I had shaved. Now I really like doing these videos where I bring you guys with me on certain type of appointments. I've done it before with waxing my brows and I've also done it with going to the optometrist, and today I'm doing it on getting a pedicure. And you guys seem to enjoy these videos, which is something I'm very happy about. But something I'd like to know is, do you enjoy seeing the massage part? Because whenever I watch videos of people having a service done, I feel like the massage part is a little repetitive. So I don't know if I want to leave the entirety of it in or if I want to skip past it a little bit and maybe speed it up. Or is it something you enjoy seeing? So please let me know about that so I can make these videos in a way you guys enjoy them. But otherwise, I try to at least capture 2 motions of each different motion performed so that you get an idea of everything that was done. Now for this massage, she picked up a lot of cream to lubricate the whole process. So once it was done, she wiped off all the residual cream to make sure I didn't have anything left on me. Because at this point, everything my skin needed had already been absorbed and I was nice and hydrated. So she just wiped off the rest of it. She then picked up some baby powder and applied it at the bottom of my feet, just covering my soles. I'm not entirely sure why she did that, so if any of you could tell me why, that'd be very interesting to hear. I'm not entirely sure what the benefit would be, other than preventing me potentially slipping when I get up. Now as we went back to my toenails, she picked up a nail brush and just dipped in a little bit of water and scrubbed over my toenails lightly. This was just to remove any powder or cream on my nails that would interfere with the nail polish and make it come off. For nail polish to stick as long as possible, you want your nail bed to be completely clean. For nail polish to last as long as possible, your nail bed should be completely clean, and that's why something like cream on your nails would be a bad thing. Instead of using reusable toe separators that are used on several people, she took a sheet of paper towel, rolled it up, and threaded it between my toes to keep them separate so that I don't mess up my nail polish while we are doing it. She then picked up a nude base color as the first layer of nail polish and worked from the outside in. After that first layer was applied, she went in with a white nail polish and started painting on the French tips by hand. Now I typically prefer getting French tips when I'm getting a pedicure because in my opinion it lasts the longest and it looks good for the longest time period, because if you were to get a solid color and it starts growing out, you can see that. But with a French tip, the base is nude and it's only the white tip that you're really seeing, so you don't see your nails growing out, so it looks good for a longer time. It is only when your nails actually get long to the point that you can see the free edge of your nail behind the French tip that it starts looking bad, but typically long before that point, I would be cutting my nails and redoing it. You'll see after she painted on the French tips, she then went in with a nail brush dipped in some nail polish remover, and she carefully cleaned up that edge to give it a straight line and to make it look neat and precise. After finishing all the French tips, she then took a clear top coat and sealed in the pedicure, again working from the outside in. Now, based on past experience, I decided to come to this pedicure with sandals so that I don't ruin the pedicure by putting on shoes afterwards. But after yanking out the toe separator, she was nice enough to put my sandals on for me to prevent me from ruining anything. I thought this was a nice extra attention to detail. She really put in effort to try and get my sandals on nicely for me, which I'm sure is a bit of an awkward thing to do, to figure out getting someone else's foot in a shoe. But it did happen that in this process something got smudged a little bit, so she quickly picked up her brush, went in and cleaned it up before I left. And that is something I really appreciated. I enjoyed that extra touch. And then, as promised, here is the before, what my nails looked like before I went for my pedicure. Nice and close up, so you can see they were definitely getting long. And then this is what they looked like immediately after. I was pretty happy with it. The French tip was a little thick on my big toenails, but other than that, my feet were nice and soft and my nails were in a good condition. And then a quick comparison of what it looks like when I do my French tips versus when I have them done professionally. But then that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed getting a pedicure, and then I look forward to seeing you again next time. Bye bye!